Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about the top 5 best voice over IP technology features for business. Again, I'm going to talk to you guys today about the top 5 best features for voice over IP for business and why you need them. So, a recent study that was done back in 2018 by MarketWatch.com basically stated that approximately 62% of the business market in the United States is currently using voice over IP. That's a lot. That's more than half the market. However, I still get many calls on almost a daily, weekly basis of businesses that are either interested in VOIP or on the fence about VOIP that aren't taking advantage of some very powerful features that are out there. So in this video today, I'm going to talk about what these top 5 features are and why you need them for business. Before we get into this video, I'd like to reiterate I'd like to state that most of the features I'm going to go over to today, if not all of them actually, with most mainstream providers that we know of, they are free features included with the service, just part of the package. So anyways, let's jump right in. Feature number 5, Virtual Receptionist. Also known as Auto Attendant, a virtual receptionist or auto attendant is basically a feature where you have the ability with your phone system where when people call in, instead of being routed to a direct person, they actually get like an automated programmed message that says something to the effect of, thank you for calling Rich Technology Group, leaders in business phone and internet service in the United States. If you know the person or the extension you wish to reach, please dial it at any time during this message. You can do dial by name, and then it will go into a series of options, such as, for sales or to speak with Prince Rich, press 1. For, information about business phone systems, press 2, and so on and so forth. You'd be surprised how many businesses I talk to that are not using this particular feature. For those of you who want to know more about what it is or how it works, feel free to call our auto attendant, which our number you can dial is 804-767-2136, and you'll actually hear ours and be able to see how it works. Benefits of a virtual receptionist and auto attendant I want to cover really quickly. Number 1, callers can get to where they need to go without a bunch of hassle. If you're somebody who's watching this and you have multiple people within your office or multiple locations and you either don't want to tie up a particular person with the task of having to route all these calls, or you don't have a person, to route calls like that, an auto attendant or virtual receptionist is exactly what you need. It has the ability when your callers call in to basically give them a list of options based on either the persons they wish to reach, the departments they wish to reach, and much more. So it allows for automated routing of your calls. For people that have a very high call volume or again, don't have a dedicated person or don't want to have a dedicated person to route calls, this is the perfect function and feature for you. And it is typically included for free with most every voice over IP phone service that we know of at the time of this video. Another benefit and feature of a virtual receptionist is it blocks a lot of spam and robocalls. Now, for those of you who are familiar with our company, what you may not know is for years, I always prided myself on what we call the personal touch. As in, when somebody calls in, I typically personally answer the phone or somebody else would answer the phone. Unfortunately, as time has progressed, the robocalls and the spam calls have gotten completely out of hand. We used to get somewhere within the realm of, I want to say, anywhere from 7 to 13 and sometimes as high as 20 robocalls or automated calls per day. Now that we cut on our virtual receptionist, because most robocalls and like auto dialers aren't smart enough to be able to listen to options and dial them correctly, we pretty much have cut down on the amount of robocalls and spam calls that we get by easily probably almost 90%. So whereas I used to get, over 100 calls a month, I'm probably only getting maybe like 1 robocall a week, even if that. So a very powerful use of that as well there. Let's see here. I already mentioned it cuts down on call management time. To reiterate on that one, basically again, if you're not having to physically yourself or have someone else physically route calls throughout the office or to callers where the call needs to go, that frees up time for you to do other things, while the phone system automates wherever the calls need to go and what person, department, or party that they need to go to. So that is a very powerful function there. Okay, Voice over IP must have feature number 4, call recording. I don't think I really have to explain call recording. It's exactly as it sounds. It is the ability within your voice over IP phone system to be able to record calls on both sides, to be able to record the actual conversation from the person on one end and the person on the other. This actually is saved in the cloud, whereas with older phone systems, your calls would be recorded and they would basically be saved like on your PBX that was on the back wall or something like that. Meaning if your building, came under duress by fire or, natural disaster or power outage, or the list goes on and on and on, you potentially had the risk of losing your recordings, which is a bad thing. Now most carriers offer call recording as a feature with their phone system, but also offer storage that's saved in the cloud. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You've got your call recording built into the system, and you've got a cloud-based phone system which also saves your recordings in the cloud. So they're secure and they aren't lost in the event of, say, theft by an employee or, accidental loss by somebody within your staff, or again, natural disaster. The other nice thing about call recording with the newer phone systems in comparison with the way that it worked back with the older phone systems like analog PBXs and old key systems is the way that the calls are recorded and indexed, they're more easily searchable. Because it's in a digital cloud-based system, you have the ability to be able to search for recordings much more easily based on day, time, customer, the caller, or whatever agent may have made the call to whoever you're trying to find a specific recording for. Whereas with older phone systems, it is quite literally like looking for a needle in a haystack because of the way that the files are saved. One more thing that I want to state about call recording. This is, I believe, the only feature out of our list of 5 here that we're going to go through that are the must-haves for businesses that cost something. We've seen call recording cost as much as approximately $30 per month, but we've seen many carriers over the years, as time has progressed, start finding ways to include call recording in your package depending on the amount of extensions you have or depending on specials that they have going on or whatever. So not necessarily a free feature, but there are many ways with many of the carriers to be able to get this feature either included at no extra cost or included at a dramatically reduced price. I want to throw one more thing out there, that call recording is becoming a more popular thing that we're hearing requests for people that are bound by HIPAA compliance or people that work in industries that have really high turnover, or they have, we'll say, legal and liability issues with clients or contacts or even employees and staff saying things, saying that they never said something or not being held accountable or saying that they're going to do something and not doing it. So we're seeing this being a feature that more people are asking for from not only a legal standpoint, but also being able to keep their staff, contacts, and clients more accountable for what they say they're going to do or not do. So anyways, feature number 3, Simultaneous Ring. Now, Simultaneous Ring, basically what it is the ability to, with a voice over IP phone system, where you would normally get a call and your phone on your desk or in your home office connected to the system would ring, it is the ability to have it ring one or more other devices so that you have the ability to catch the call no matter where you are. Let me explain to you guys kind of how I'm set up so it makes a little bit more sense. So in my office, I actually, we use Vonage Business. And even though Vonage Business has Simultaneous Ring, every carrier that we work with, that I've ever personally worked with, Vonage Business, Ring Central, Nextiva, OnSip, 8x8, the list goes on and on and on. Most all of these guys have Simultaneous Ring built into their platform, and it is a function and feature that does not cost any extra to have. So it's one of those features where no matter what carrier you really look at these days, the feature is there. Whether you choose to use it or not is up to you. Back to my office scenario. So in my office scenario, I have a Polycom VVX 300, an older Polycom phone, which sits on my desk in my office. When that phone rings, I have Simultaneous Ring set up to where it also rings a cordless IP phone that I also have, as well as my cell phone. What does this mean? It means if I'm in my office, I can get the Polycom. It means if I'm not in the office and I'm somewhere else in my office or in my home office and I hear my cordless ring, I can answer that. It means if I'm not in the office at all or not at my home office at all, and I'm out running errands and I have my cell phone, I can still get the call. It's nice. It's a very nice feature because it also means I don't have to give out my cell number. It means that people can call me on my published work number, and I can instruct my phone system to ring my regular phones within the phone system and other multiple phones. We've seen simultaneous ring used in many scenarios. I've worked with attorneys that like it because they're always in court and they're never in the office. So they want it to where when people call their office number, it also rings their cell phone, so they have the ability to answer it if they're out running errands or in court or doing something else. We've seen it used with people that have a physical office, but also maybe like salespersons or remote salespeople, and they may not always be in the office, so they want their extension to simultaneously ring their cell phone. The possibilities really are endless, but basically, in short, what it is the ability to tell your phone system to, at the same time, ring other phone numbers or phones within your system at the same time to give you the opportunity to answer it. The other really nice thing about simultaneous ring that I want to explain before we move on to the next feature is if you don't answer, it doesn't go to the voicemail on your personal cell phone or on your personal home phone. It goes to the voicemail on your business phone system that is controlling the simultaneous ring. The other thing is if you answer the call on one of the phones that you have in the group of phones that are simultaneously ringing, the other phones stop ringing, respectively, so that you can take that call and those other phones aren't ringing and annoying other people wherever they may be. So great feature to use, and it's a very popular feature. Whether you choose to use it or not, it's included with most all mainstream phone system carriers at the time of this video. Okay. Let's see here. Feature number 2, mobile app. This is actually my personal favorite. For those of you who don't know, I personally use the Vonage Business mobile app, but every single carrier out there nowadays includes a mobile app. Shameless plug for another video we did, which I'll tag above in the card. We actually did a hands-on review of the Vonage Business mobile app that's also on our channel, so you can see exactly how it works. But in short, the mobile app is the ability to put an app that is Android and iPhone compatible, so you can find it in the Apple Store or in the Android Store. You basically put an app on your cell phone that turns your cell phone into essentially your desk phone, your Cisco desk phone or your Polycom desk phone or your Yealink desk phone or your Sangoma desk phone or whatever it is that you have. It basically gives you an app on your cell phone that mimics your actual extension on your phone system. What does this mean? It means, number one, you never have to give out your personal cell phone number. I personally use the Vonage Business mobile app, which works more or less similarly to other mobile apps that are out there like Nextiva, RingCentral, OnSip, the list goes on. And I never have to give out my cell phone number. I can make calls from the mobile app, and I can receive calls to my regular office number for Rich Technology Group, and it rings the mobile app on my cell phone. What this means is that when the call comes in, it doesn't show up as a personal cell phone call on my Android cell phone. It shows up as a business call that is coming from my mobile app, in my case, through Vonage Business. So it means that instead of answering the phone like Prince Rich speaking, I answer the phone, Rich Technology Group, this is Prince, how may I help you? Most mobile apps also give you the ability to set a distinctive ring, so that it means when a call comes into the mobile app through your cell phone, it means that you get a different ring and that you know it's a business call and not a personal call of somebody calling your cell phone number. The other really nice thing about the mobile apps is they have the ability for you to check all of your business voicemails for that number through the app, respond back to those people either by calling them directly through the mobile app and text messaging them as well. In my mobile app, I can text clients and contacts from my business number through the app, and it doesn't mix my contacts or mix my text messages with my personal cell phone in with my business stuff that's going through my Vonage Business mobile app. This is more or less how all mobile apps work, but for people that are mobile that need the ability to be able to make and receive calls from their cell phone while they're on the go, but still have the appearance of being in the office and not give out their personal cell phone number for privacy or security or liability reasons, It is an incredibly powerful tool. At the time of this video, I am seeing more and more businesses that are calling me up saying, hey Prince, would you hook us up with a company that has a powerful mobile app, because we don't want any hardware, we don't want any phones, we just want a virtual phone system in the cloud where our staff can use their cell phones but not give out their personal cell phone numbers and keep everything within our company, within our organization. If you fall into the category of what I just described, mobile app is exactly what you're looking for. Multiple companies offer a mobile app, so get with me, and after I figure out kind of what it is you're looking for and find out a little bit more about your business and your phone system needs, I can help you get matched up with the right mobile app that will make sense. One more thing before we move away from the mobile app and move on to feature number one. The mobile apps don't just have to be used by themselves. You can still use a physical phone with most of the mainstream carriers at the time of this video and also have a mobile app. I have a cordless IP phone as well as a desktop Polycom like call center style IP phone, but I also have the Vonage Business mobile app installed on my cell phone. So no matter where I go, I can still take and make calls through the mobile app on my personal cell phone, and it always look like I'm calling from the office or from the company, and I can still check voicemails and send and receive text messages from my company number, to and from my company number, not from my personal cell phone number. So for those of you out there watching saying, well, what if I want hardware phones as well? You can mix and match as you choose. Oh, and one more thing before we go. Mobile app is a free feature with pretty much every single carrier that I know of at the time of this video. So if you're watching this and you're interested in a mobile app, rest assured whatever carrier I hook you up with, it's not an extra cost. It's usually a free included feature for every single user individually that is on your phone system. Okay, feature number one, call continuity. So what is call continuity? Call continuity is basically, and some of the carriers call it something different. Some of them call it never miss a call. Some of them call it call fail-safe, call contingency. In short, what call continuity is it is a free function and feature that is included with most all of the cloud-based phone service providers, where you basically tell the phone system, in the event that your internet is down, in the event that your power is down, in the event that your business has suffered natural disaster, or in the event that for whatever reason it may be under the sun, the cloud of your service provider, the Vonage cloud, the Nextiva cloud, the Ring Central cloud, cannot communicate with your physical phones in the office, forward or route all of your calls to this particular number or to these particular places. So to drive it a little further, let's just say that in the event that my power or my electricity or my internet went out in my home office, I have something set up with my Vonage Business call continuity where it tells it forward all calls to my cell phone. Basically what this is it is a feature that makes it to where it's a fail-safe. It's a feature that makes it to where, for any reason, if the cloud of the service provider that you're using cannot communicate with your hardware on the ground, which could be for a multitude of reasons, you already have set in the back end of their system preset rules of where you want calls to be forwarded to. Now, for those of you who are watching that are smaller businesses, you might have it set up to where if the system, if you lose internet or lose power or something like that, you send all of the calls that are coming into your main number to one person. It might be the owner's cell phone number or something like that. For those of you who are watching that have, a bigger operation and multiple people that might be in sales and that have their own cell phones and things like that, you can get really granular with the call continuity included in your service provider and tell it, in the event that this one person's extension is down, for whatever reason, forward all the calls to that person's personal cell phone. In the event that the owner's phone is down or internet is down, forward all of his or her calls to his or her personal cell phone or his or her other office phone, or so on and so forth. You can have the calls forward to any working US number that you want. It can be a cell phone, it can be a landline, it can be whatever you want it to be. It could be another IP phone with another IP carrier if you've got, say, a different service in another location within your organization or whatever. At the time of this video, we have seen an influx of businesses in California that have been calling us up for a video that we did just about call continuity some weeks back, basically saying, hey, you know, in the event that we suffer a wildfire, or in the event that the electrical company cut off power to prevent wildfire for an hour or even days, we don't want to lose phone calls. We want the ability to still get our phone calls and still be able to check voicemails. This is exactly what this feature does, and we have seen more and more California businesses reaching out, trying to find a service provider that offers this feature. Before we wrap up this video, call continuity is a free feature with, at the time of this video, every single provider that I know of, that I've worked with. It is a must-have feature. It's included with your provider. All you have to do when you do your initial setup is work with your carrier to basically have them help you pre-configure the system to tell it, in the event that the system goes down or in the event that you lose power internet, where do you want the calls to go? It's a free feature. You can change the routing at any time with the help from your service provider, and we definitely recommend it for any legitimate business that doesn't want to lose calls because of, you know, the unknown. So anyways, that wraps up this video. If you're watching this video and you're interested in one or more of these features and you would like to know which providers offer these features, give me a call or drop me an email or send me a message on my website. I represent every single voice over IP service provider in the United States. My service is free. I can get you the best pricing through the carriers. So, Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video.